welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another video, and this time we're basically just going to be talking a lot about myself. I'm going to be answering a lot of questions that people have been asking me lately, just because we all know that I get like hundreds of new followers or subscribers every day. And I did a video like this a really long time ago, probably over a year ago, and I don't want people to have to like scroll through everything, just to get to that one video. But basically, again, I'm just going to be reintroducing myself to you, just answering questions about my nail journey, so you guys will be a little bit more, just so y'all can get to know me. But anyway, so my name is, of course, Natalie Carmona. I am 23 years old. I am a licensed cosmetologist, and that's pretty much it. I'm a licensed cosmetologist who specializes in nail care. The reason why I wanted to specialize in nails was because the hair part never really just like interested me a lot. Of course, I did the hair whenever I was in school because I had to for a grade, but a lot of the time I was just practicing on nails because that's what my teachers knew that I, liked the most. So they'll let me just practice on nails. But the way I got into cosmetology school was, like, we do have quite a few different cosmetology schools here. I know Paul Mitchell is really popular everywhere. And then I think the rest of the schools are more like smaller private schools. So like here in Arkansas, we have Paul Mitchell, we have the Salon Professional, we have Arthur's, we have Arkansas Beauty College, I think it's called. And then all their other smaller, private schools. And then also we had Pulaski Tech, which is a technical college, which is where I went. And there, the reason why I liked it was because, for one, I did have a scholarship through them, so I didn't have to pay for any of my schooling. And then another reason was that, coming out of high school, I was used to like being out for the summer, being out for Thanksgiving break, being out for the Christmas break. And when you're like in regular cosmetology school, you might get the day before, the day after, or the day of, and the day after, and that's it. And me being like 18 at the time, I'm like, I'm not ready to grow up. Like, I still want my days off, like my vacation time or whatever you want to call it. So I decided to go to Pulaski Tech because, again, I also had a scholarship for there. My scholarship that I had was through SkillsUSA. I've talked about this before as well. It's just a competition that basically, or it's an organization that basically prepares students for the real world. And I competed in nail care when I was in the 11th grade. I came in first place in my state, and then I went to nationals, went back again the next year, went to nationals again, and then I've been like 4 or 5 times literally. The highest I ever got was second place at nationals. I don't know what happened that last time I went, but I came in 5th, so I feel like the whole thing was rigged that year. But anyways, so yeah, I did get a scholarship. So back to a couple years before that, so when I was in, I think, middle school is when I like knew that I wanted to do nails, just because that's basically when I first picked up the hobby. I guess at the time it was a hobby. I would do my nails, I would do my little sister's nails, and then I kind of dropped it for a while because like my teachers would tell me like, that's not gonna make you any money. You need to pick a different career. And at the time, this is what I wanted to do, and there was really nothing else that would interest me. So I would look up different careers. I looked into nursing, and I was like, nope, I don't like needles. I looked into criminal justice, and I was like, nope. I was just looking up things because my teachers were just telling me you're not gonna make any money being a cosmetologist or doing nails or whatever the case may be. And obviously I proved them wrong. But so yeah, ever since middle school, I knew what I wanted to do. And then I was in what was it called? It was called AVID, and it was I forgot what it stands for, but it's a college preparatory program. And so we would do a lot of research on colleges and basically just preparing for college. So that's why we were having to talk about what we wanted to do at such a young age. So when we were doing that research, I found out about, it's called Metropolitan Career and Technical Center, and it's basically a VOTEC school. So they have cosmetology there, they have culinary, graphic design, a whole bunch of technical stuff. And ever since I was in middle school, I knew that I wanted to go there. And for the cosmetology program, you had to be in the 11th grade, or I think you had to be 16 years old. So I did 9th grade, 10th grade, and then finally when I got to like the end of my 10th grade year, I signed up for the program, for the cosmetology program. And I remember, I probably still even have it, but I went up there with like my little folder with pictures of nails, because at this time I was already doing nails. I started doing nails when I was like 15, so that was like in the 10th grade. So I like had my whole little portfolio with my nails. I had like a resume, like I was ready, because like I knew that this was where I wanted to start my career at. So I got accepted, of course. So how this worked was, like, in the morning time, I would go to my regular school, my regular high school, and then I would have like 2 classes there. And then after lunch, which was like after 12, I would go to my technical school. So we would get on the school bus and it would take us to the other school. And then after that, they dropped us off at home or whatever. But we would clock like 3 hours a day. So we were only there like literally 3 hours, probably sometimes even like 2.5, depending on like if the bus was running late or something. But we would go literally Monday through Friday, same, school schedule, except for we were at our regular school half a day, and then at the Votech school the other half of the day. So I was there my junior year and my senior year. So by the time I graduated high school, I graduated, of course, with my not cosmetology, but I graduated with my high school diploma. And then I also graduated with it was exactly 724 hours for cosmetology. So then those hours were rolled over to any school, whether it's Paul Mitchell, whatever school I wanted to go to. But as I mentioned earlier, I did compete in SkillsUSA, and with me competing in SkillsUSA, I was able to get a scholarship, which it was only good. The scholarship was only good for like technical schools, so that's why I decided to go to Pulaski Tech. Now, one thing that I did like about Pulaski Tech was that, going straight from high school to college, like, cosmetology school, it's like you're there like sometimes Monday through Saturday. And a lot of the time you're only out, like for the holidays, say you might be out like the day before, the day of, and the day after. Well, at that time I was only 18, and I'm like, you know what, I'm not in a rush to finish anything, because Sugar just jumped on the chair. I wasn't in a rush to finish school right away, because I also knew that I wanted to do my cosmetology license, and I knew that I had to be 21 for that. So I was going to have a big gap if I would have just went to a regular school. So I decided to go to Pulaski Tech, and that school is like a regular college. You're out like a whole week for spring break. You're out a whole week or 2 for Christmas. You're out for a whole month for the summer. So that's kind of what I liked. I know there's people that, especially if you're older, you want to go ahead and just go into the program, be done in a few months, and then that's it. But again, I was only 18, so I still wanted my summer and all of those days off. So I was at Pulaski Tech for 2 years. I finished right before the last semester. Wait, was it 2? No, I was there 1 year. I'm sorry. I was there 1 year, which was 2 semesters. So I finished clocking my hours like right before the second semester ended. And then, of course, we did our state board test and all that stuff. And then I got my cosmetology license. So that's how that came about. The reason why I did cosmetology and not nail care was because my high school did not offer the nail care program. They only had the cosmetology program. Now, if they would have offered the nail program, honestly, I think that I still would have did cosmetology, because I always told myself that, I was like, once I get tired of doing nails, I can still stay in the same field and I can just teach how to do nails or how to do whatever. So my goal was to be a cosmetology instructor. I was like, I want to be just like my teacher, because she used to like work at a shop and then, teach us or whatever. So that's exactly what I wanted to do. Now, last year, I think, is when I turned 21, that's when I started my instructor's license. So by this time, I already had my cosmetology license for about a year. And then once I turned 21, literally that day of, the day of my birthday, I went up to the school, filled out the paperwork, and I started my instructor's program, which that was only 600 hours. And don't judge me, but I still haven't even took my test, so I still have to go back and take my test so I can actually get my cosmetology instructor's license. I just been lazy and I just need to sit down and focus and study, but I have so much going on that is just so hard to do, but I'm gonna get it done soon. But anyways, yeah, so whenever I started my instructor's program, I was back at the same school, my high school. I was basically like I guess you could say like a student teacher, just helping around or whatever. And so yeah, I think that's pretty much it as far as that. So I got my cosmetology license. Oh yeah, but I forgot what I was gonna say. But my first day there with the kids, with the high school kids, that's the day that I changed my mind about wanting to be a cosmetology instructor. Because literally my goal was I want to sit in a classroom with high school kids, as a job. And then the first day, the kids were rude, they were disrespectful, they were bad, they got on my nerves. So that's the day I was like, nope, I can't do this is not for me. Because it was literally to the point where the things that they said to the teacher and the things that they did made my blood boil, to the point where I was this close to saying something to the girls. But they were almost 18, because at this time I was with the seniors. So they're 17, 18, and I'm only 21 at the time. So, I couldn't really say anything because we were so close in age. So I feel if I said something to them, they would be well, you're not my teacher and you're not much older than me. So I kind of, just minded my business. But yeah, I was no, this is not what I want to do. But thankfully, YouTube came around for me, and I'm still able to teach people, just not in a classroom setting. So I get that peace of mind, if that makes sense. So again, so far we've talked about basically how I became a cosmetologist. And if you want to know, I did a video not too long ago about cosmetology school, and basically it's not hard at all. You just have to be really focused, and if it's something that you like if you like doing hair, if you like doing nails, if it's something that you really enjoy doing, it's gonna be a fun experience. Because for me, again, I was more into nails the entire time. So since I was going to SkillsUSA, the nail competition, my teachers will let me focus more on nails. So I feel if your teachers let you do that, you're going to be able to get better at what you actually want to do. Again, I still had to do, the roller sets, the haircuts, the hair coloring, the perms. I still had to do all of that, which I didn't mind, but, I didn't just love it. And then whenever it came down to nails, that was something that I would put my all into. So I think that's all about that. But yeah, it's not hard at all. Just again, focus. It's really easy. You just have to show up, you have to clock your hours, you have to do the work. The only thing that did make me nervous at the very beginning was that once you hit a certain amount of hours, they'll put you out on the floor, so you're actually doing clients. And since I was more into the nail part, they would have me cutting hair, they would have me doing hair color. And I did it again on the mannequins, because I had to, but I was not comfortable at all doing it on actual clients. So that made me really scared. But of course, the teachers were always there to help us if we needed help and guide us, on what to do. And I think how we did it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I think, or Monday and Tuesday we were in the classroom actually doing book work, and Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday we actually had clients in the salon. So that's how our school worked. I know all schools are different. And then if you are, interested in doing a nail class, or if you're interested in becoming a licensed nail tech or a cosmetologist, then just literally, it's so easy for us now. Literally just go on Google and type in cosmetology schools in your area, or nail tech schools, or even if you just call the cosmetology schools, because a lot of the time, there's not a lot of just nail schools. So you can go on there and just look up all of the cosmetology schools in your area. Just take the time out to call each one and say, hey, do you guys offer a nail tech course? And just call around and see, because I know I get this a lot, people saying that, we don't have a nail school, or that they don't have a nail school in their area, because I don't either. There's, I think, only 1 or 2 schools here in Arkansas that I know of that actually teach just nails. Or not just nails, but they do cosmetology, and then they have a nail course. At my college that I went to, they did offer one, but you know how if not enough people signed up for the class, the class just doesn't make it. So the class never made it. So I know of 2 girls that were in my class that they actually wanted to do just nails, and the class didn't make, so they ended up having to do cosmetology. So you don't have to, but of course, if this is something that you really want to do, then of course you have no choice but to just go ahead and do the entire cosmetology course, which honestly I feel like I would rather someone do that. I would recommend doing the whole entire cosmetology program, because I feel like if you're interested in nails, I feel like you're interested in the whole, the makeup, the hair, just everything about it. So I feel like, just go ahead and do the whole program. That way, if one day you decide that, hey, now I want to do makeup, or hey, now I want to do hair, you don't have to go back to school, because you can do nails, hair, makeup, everything under your cosmetology license. So that's enough for that. I think I pretty much, hit every point about that. Something else that I wanted to talk about was, people always ask me about, how did I gain my clientele? Because as you guys know, or if you guys have seen it on my Instagram, when you go on there, on my bio, it does say not accepting new clients. The reason why is because, a lot of the clients that I've been doing have been clients that I've been doing since I first started. So literally 7 years ago, and they're still coming to me, and they book every 2 weeks. So when they book every 2 weeks, those people roll over to 2 weeks, and then those other people roll over to the 2 weeks. So once they're booked, I'm full. I'm full, and I can't fit anyone else. So no, it's not that I don't want to make no money, because that's what a lot of people say. No, it's not that I pick and choose who I want to do, because people rebook their own appointment. And whatever other excuse people might say or whatever, but it's literally just, I am booked. And it's a really good thing. People look at it as a bad thing, oh, she don't want to take new clients, oh this, oh that. But no, if anything, that's good. If I try to make an appointment with say an eyelash person or a makeup artist, and they're telling me, hey girl, I'm actually not accepting new clients because I'm booked, I'm like, that's good. That means that you're doing really good, because your people are still coming to you. That means that you're really good, because people are steady coming back to you. Now, if you go to a traditional nail salon, people just walk in whenever, and a lot of the time they're not going to do a good job, because they care more about the money. You just get the money and you walk out the door. They don't care if you come back or not, because somebody else is going to take your spot. So that's the difference between a traditional nail business and us nail techs. So you do want to take that into consideration. That's why I'm not accepting clients, but that's not the point of this conversation. The point of the conversation is that a lot of my clients came from back when I first started doing nails. Now one big thing that you can do I didn't dig in my nose, it was the side of my nose, but one big thing that you can do nowadays to gain followers, or not necessarily followers, but clients, is just posting on social media. Social media right now is your free advertisement. All you have to do is post your pictures on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. I've even seen people post pictures on Facebook Marketplace, where they just say, accepting new clients, or just putting a list of their prices, pictures of some nails. And people actually go, I look on the Marketplace literally every day. So that's one thing that you can do. You could also have little referral cards or whatever, where like once you do one client, and I've talked about this many times, when you do one client, you give them a card, and the card is gonna say, free fill after you refer 5 people. I'm sorry, 5 people. So I will try to look for one. Like I'm gonna go, because you can find these on Vistaprint. They're called like rewards cards or something. So you can just customize it, make it your own, and just get them printed out, because I think you can get like 500 for like $9. Like it's really cheap. So you can do that, give them out to your clients. Once they refer 5 people to you, you give them a free fill, free pedicure, something that's beneficial to you, or not necessarily beneficial, but just keep in mind that they did recommend 5 people to you, so you want to do something more than like a polish or a bling nail, maybe a feel. So right now, what I'm actually doing, now that we're talking about this, what I'm actually doing is, it's not necessarily referrals, but this is just like a appreciation, and it just says free fill, and then they just put their name on there and their phone number. And this is actually for my clients. Every time that they come in, they can fill it out, and at the end of each month, I'm going to be drawing one for a free fill. So that's just, a token of appreciation for my clients for being so loyal and kind to me. So you can do little things like that, and that's what's going to keep coming. Another thing, or that's what's going to keep them coming. Another thing is just like building that relationship with your client. Like I literally have clients that, can just text me, and we can just talk. When they're here, we talk about their relationship, their, family. And I know like at first it is going to be awkward, when it's their first time coming, but just ease into the conversation. So what do you do? Are you in school? Do you have any kids? Just small talk. And then after, they keep coming back, they're gonna keep opening up. So like literally, I am my client's nail tech and therapist, I feel like, and I know a lot of them have said it. Sorry, Sugar wanted to get up here. So you just have to build that relationship with them and make them feel comfortable. Don't just, I'm pretty sure that all of us have been to like a traditional nail salon, to where you're in there and it's really awkward, because you can't really just talk to the person doing your nails, and they're just like literally there doing your nails and nothing else. So you have to make them feel comfortable, just talk to them. I actually have snacks in here as well for my clients, because a lot of the time they either come really early in the morning, or they come like after work, and I know that they haven't ate anything, so I have like little snacks here for them and waters. So just do little stuff like that to again make them really comfortable, and make it more than what do I want to say? Don't just make it like oh, she's my client. I feel like you have to make it more like, I feel like a lot of my clients are my friends. I have people that invite me, clients that invite me to their birthday parties, out to eat. So, we're really comfortable with each other. And I feel like, honestly, I'm never the person that would just come up to you and talk to you. There's a lot of people out there like that. I wish that was something that was in me, really outgoing, because there's a lot of people that's like that, that's really outgoing, and they just like don't even think about it. They just like go up to somebody and like compliment them. It's not that I'm an asshole or anything, but it's just awkward for me. So me building this relationship with my clients is actually a big thing for me, because again, I'm not a very open person, but over the years we've been able to build a really strong relationship. And that's what, again, keeps them coming, other than, doing good work. Another way of advertising is keeping your nails done, because that if people see good nails out, they're going to be like, oh, who did your nails? And you can say, oh, I do nails. And then you can keep your business cards on you, hand out business cards. You can set a goal to where every time you go out, you want to hand out 5 or 10 business cards, whatever you want to do. And those business cards are going to get around. So again, posting on Instagram, using your hashtags, because a lot of the time, I kind of just bounced all over the place, but a lot of the time, like, people type in, if you're like in Atlanta, people will type in Atlanta nail techs, ATL nail techs. Or if you're in LA, they'll type in LA nail techs, because a lot of the time they're actually out there looking, and a lot of people actually look up stuff by hashtags. I know I do, whether it's coffin nails, whether it's pink nails, we use those hashtags. So you want to make sure you use as many hashtags as you can. Again, whether it's nail tech, whether it's LA nail tech, whether it's California nail tech, whether it's coffin nails, like people are gonna look them up and they're gonna find you, and if they see good work, they're going to follow you. What else do we want to talk about? I do have some notes here that I printed out about the business aspects. That's what I want to say, the business aspects. And I'm going to save this for a different video. I want to make a video specifically on starting your own business. One thing that I do want to say right now is, look, before you do anything, you want to do your research. There are different places out there that will help you start up your business. Here in Arkansas, we have, I don't know if it's on here, but we have a place that's like through my sister's college or university, and basically they just help start up small businesses. So they give you that free, I don't know if you would call it counseling, or I don't even know what you would call it, but basically, or consult, I don't know. But basically you just go and they literally help you start up your own business. They guide you through the whole process. I was going to go to them, when I was going to reopen this new room, because I kind of needed some guidance, but my teacher was able to help me. And, she was like, you already have everything, you know what you're doing. So I don't think that you need them. So that's why I didn't end up going. But I feel like the place would be a really good place for someone who is, just starting from the very bottom. They have no idea on what to do on starting up a business. Another thing is you are going to have to look up your health department. You can go online and just type in, like for me, it would be Arkansas Health Department, or Arkansas Cosmetology Department or something like that. But it's going to be something cosmetology, or whether it's California Department of Cosmetology, things like that. And just look for your rules and regulations. And that's where it's going to tell you, like everything that they require, whether it's they don't allow carpet, or you have to have a sink, you have to have air, of course, you have to have running water, you have to have hard floors, your chair, it's going to tell you everything, whether it's for a school or a salon. So again, you want to make sure that if you want to open up a salon, that you look up those rules and regulations. That way you know what you can and cannot do. A lot of places do not allow you to have an at-home business. So that's something else that you are going to have to search up. But again, I am going to do another video pretty soon specifically on starting up your own nail salon, or whatever you want to call it. But other questions that people have been asking me, I know that I'm just all over the place, but I just wanted to, get everyone's questions answered. I've done a video about my new room. I think pretty much we've talked about a lot. It's been 27 minutes and I think I've hit a lot of points. So again, I am, just a little refresher, I am a licensed cosmetologist. I just choose to specialize in nail care. I'm also in the process of getting my cosmetology instructor's license. Like, I have already clocked all of my hours. I just have to go take my test, but I just been lazy and I haven't been feeling like studying, but I'll get that done pretty soon. So you guys need to keep reminding me, you need to study, you need to study, you need to study, you need to study, because a lot of the time I have people just like, oh, I wish you could post videos more often, or I wish you could post, like literally 2 or 3 times a day. Like, I literally had someone tell me that, but as you guys know, I post Monday through Friday. So I'm pretty busy, because if I'm not doing videos, I'm doing nails. If I'm not doing nails, I'm doing the website. If I'm not doing the website, like, I have a life too, y'all. So I just have to learn how to balance everything out. But I think I pretty much introduced myself very well, because I talked for 28 minutes now. So I think that, oh yeah, and then Sugar Bear is a big part of the whole business. He is my little mascot. Ain't that right, Tigger Bear? Yeah, so this is my Tigger Bear, and he is very spoiled. It is a boy. His name is just Sugar. The way I came up with the name was because I get this asked a lot. I came up with his name because one day I was watching Cake Boss and they were making like a beach themed cake, and they were using brown sugar for like the sand like around the cake. And at the time I didn't have him yet. I was waiting on him to get a little bit older because he was too small. So I had to wait like a whole new week before I could actually get him. And the lady would send me pictures, and he was like, at first he was like a really like, sugar, you just spit on me. He was like a brown, like a really pretty brown. And when they were pouring that brown sugar like on the cake, I was like, that looks like Sugar's color. So, I mean, that looks like my dog's color. So then I was like, you know what? That's going to be his name. So I named him Sugar. But Sugar is 2 years old. His birthday is in January. And he has had a birthday party both years. So whenever he has his third birthday party, it'll probably be a lot bigger than the last ones because, you know, Mexicans, we do the tres años thing or whatever they want to call it. But I might even take Sugar to church. Ain't that right, Sugar? Never mind. I'm just playing. But yeah, I think I told you pretty much everything about my nail journey as far as starting school. Right now, I'm just I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, off Friday, work Saturday, and off Sunday. So my off days are Fridays and Sundays. I do about 4 clients a day. And that's actually a lot for my back, just because like literally when I first started doing nails, I don't know how, but I used to do like a good 7 or 8 people in one day. And again, you know, with us, it's a little bit more work because, you know, unlike the traditional nail salons, we're doing the bling, we're doing the gel polish, we're doing the foils, we're doing the, you know, a whole bunch of stuff. So at that time back then, I think I was booking my clients for 2 hours. Now I'm booking them for an hour and a half. So yeah, so I do like 4 people a day. On the weekends I might do like 3 just because I don't want to be sitting here doing nails all day. But yeah, that's how many people I'm doing now. So I think I pretty much, if you still have more questions, let me know. And then if there's still a lot of things that you guys want to know, again, let me know down in the comments and I can do a Q&A. I should have wrote some questions down. I thought about it, but I didn't feel like it. So if you still want to know more things, you know, again, just let me know down in the comments. I'll be more than glad to answer any questions. But again, as far as like the business aspect of, you know, me, I'm going to be making a totally separate video on that, you know, being very detailed and giving you all of the information that you need for those that are interested. But as always, I hope that you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at GetNail32. And I have to get to work because my client is on the way. So I'll see you guys next time.